Good evening and welcome to the 2020 Athlete of the Year virtual event. My name is Bob Stebbings and it's my honor to be your Master of Ceremonies this evening. This is 2020 and we are in extraordinary times. We tried to hold out for a live event for this occasion, but like so many other organizations, we've had to revert to a virtual event. So we are very excited tonight to be able to touch everybody in their homes and put on an event that's fitting for our athletes. Like I said, it's 2020 and nothing's normal. So I did say that this was an annual event, but in keeping with the tradition of 2020, we are actually going to do 2 years worth of presentations tonight for 2018 and 2019 Athletes of the Year. So first we'll introduce the 2018 nominees, and then we'll present the recipient of the Athlete of the Year, and then we'll do the same thing for 2019. Before we get started, I want to acknowledge the major events supporters: Kitchener Sports Association, Rogers Kitchener Radio Group, and Rogers TV. I'd also like to thank the following supporters: the Kitchener Rangers Hockey Club, Richardson Fire Systems Inc., Fortress Group Inc., Kitchener Pioneer Lions Club, and Ted Scarf Realty. Before we introduce our 2018-2019 nominees, I would like to call on Diane Boston Knight of the Volunteer Action Center to present the Volunteer Impact Award to the Athlete of the Year program.
Hi, my name's Diane Boston Knipe, and I'm with the Volunteer Action Center. And we're so pleased to be here this evening to make a presentation that actually happened in April over Zoom when the whole thing first started. The Athlete of the Year has been selected for the category of group achievement, and we are very, very thrilled to give it to you and your group, Jean. You've done many things for the community to recognize hardworking athletes, and we value all of the commitments from so many volunteers. I know you just represent many of behind-the-scenes folks. So the Volunteer Action Center would love for you to receive this lovely award. I'm going to hand you the microphone. And I hope that you'll share that and put it proudly in the auditorium so that others might see it. A local artist has done this. You've also been recognized by all the dignitaries. There's a package of certificates for you guys, and it means heartfelt thanks from everyone. So thank you for what you've done for the community.
Thank you, Diane. Very much.
You're welcome. Great.
On behalf of the Athlete of the Year Committee, there are so many volunteers, as you know, make this a successful committee. On behalf of the Athlete of the Year Committee and everybody involved, we do honor and represent the excellence of our athletes in our community. And Diane, thank you so much. This means so much to myself and to all of our committee members. So thank you once again.
Small token.
And now it's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the 2018-2019 Athlete of the Year Organizing Committee, John Thompson, to say a few words. John?
Thanks very much, Bob, and welcome to everyone who's tuning in tonight to this exciting event. Before we call on our civic leaders in just a few moments, I have a couple of remarks, and that is just a special welcome to all our nominees, their friends and families, and many, many other volunteers and sports fans in our community who have joined us tonight. For your information, the Zoom event is being taped, and a replay will be available on the Athlete of the Year website in the very near future. So for those who've missed it, or for those who'd like to see it again, just go to the KSA website in the next couple of days. So first of all, now we have some other guests of renown in addition to our nominees, and welcome to our civic leaders representing the Region Waterloo, Regional Municipality of Waterloo, City of Kitchener, and the City of Waterloo. I thank them for taking their time from what is obviously very busy schedules, for them to attend, participate, and add to the overall success tonight of the 2020 Athlete of the Year program. So to kick it off with some greetings, please welcome the Chair of the Regional Municipality of Waterloo, Karen Redmond.
Thank you so much, John. And I just want to right off the top congratulate Athlete of the Year for receiving the Volunteer Action Award. That is a wonderful recognition of all the volunteers that make this award ceremony happen every year. I guess 2020 is like a year like no other, and you have a double cohort. So I want to add my voice on behalf of Regional Council of congratulations to the 15 nominees, and also to the 30+ volunteers that I know work tirelessly behind the scenes. You know, we have 4 kids, and when they were involved in athletic adventures and team sports, when they came back, the first thing I always asked them was, did you have fun? Because it has to be for the love of the game and the pursuit of excellence. And the second question was, who won? Because you do have to pursue excellence. So thank you very much for acknowledging on behalf of the community this important aspect of Waterloo Region. And again, thank you to all of the volunteers that make this happen every year, and best wishes for 2021.
Thanks very much, Karen. And now it's my pleasure to welcome the Mayor of the City of Kitchener, Barry Bernatopski.
Thanks a lot, John, and it's a real pleasure to join all of you as well virtually this year, obviously because 2020 is, as Karen said, proving to be a year like no other, with lots of unprecedented activities. And I too want to add my congratulations to all of the volunteers involved with the Athlete of the Year program, and thank you for keeping this program alive and for acknowledgement of your award. I am joined virtually by 2 members of Kitchener Council tonight, Councillor Dave Schneider and Councillor Debbie Chapman, who've joined in for tonight's celebration of our 2 years worth of athletes. And it is so important that we continue to find ways of keeping the many traditions that have been so important in our community like this alive, and recognizing those who continue to achieve great things in our community. And so tonight is an opportunity to recognize those who in the 2018 and 2019 year have achieved great things from an athletic point of view, and also all of the nominees who are part of it. It was great looking at the list and running across many names that we know popped up on the sports pages of the newspaper over those 2 years, and it was a little bit of a retrospective as I looked at the program for this evening. So on behalf of all of us on Kitchener City Council, congratulations to each of the nominees. Good luck tonight as we await to hear who the winners are. And thank you to all of the sponsors and the volunteers who helped make this happen. Thanks a lot, and back over to you, John.
Thanks, Barry. And now to round out this segment, from the City of Waterloo, a welcome to Mayor Dave Jaworski.
Well, thank you very much, John. And thank you, Barry, for letting me know that Dave Schneider's on the line. Happy birthday, Dave. Special shout out for you to that. And really good to see Darren Stevenson here. He's done so much for the community in athletics, minor sports. My sons certainly know him. And I really, I think it's all nominees can look to a person like that who helps highlight what we do here in local sports, because local sports really matters just as our local businesses do. And I think, certainly thanks to all the people who helped put this together. Congratulations to the nominees. What I would like to do is do a shout out, as Karen and Barry would know, is that COVID-19 is on the rise. It's going to get snowy soon. It's beautiful out now, but it's going to get snowy soon. And what we really want to do is keep people active, not just athletes, but regular folk who just want to go out for walks and do that. And that's something that's a high level of concern for the 3 of us. So just a call to action for anybody who's on the line here today. If there's anything you can ever do to help a help a senior, help anybody in your community stay active, stay connected. That's really important as we approach winter here in Canada. Like I said, it's great out there now, but it's going to get snowy soon. Congratulations, John. Thanks for the team who put this together. It's really such an important way of highlighting the importance of athletics, the importance of participation, and when we need to do it safely in these times. Thank you and congratulations.
Good, thanks, Dave. Some good sage advice and a good call to action on behalf of our community leaders. I would point out, just when happy birthday to Dave Schneider, couldn't let that go by, Dave. We do have several other councillors from the City of Waterloo and the Regional Municipality of Waterloo joining us tonight, so thank you very much for helping to make this a success. Before I go on, just another brief announcement. A replay of this program will be on Rogers local TV channel 20. The Athlete of the Year program will be airing a replay later this month, so take a look on Rogers channel 20 for their guide, and we hope you'll join us at that time. As we proceed, I'd like to just take a little bit of walk back in time for people who may be new to this program. It's my pleasure to share a little bit of history, a brief history of the Athlete of the Year program. It certainly had modest origins. Back in 1998, Ken Brooks was coordinating the annual Big Brother Sports Celebrity Dinner, and he suggested that we work together to launch an add-on to the dinner. Perhaps recognition of a local Athlete of the Year, and that could be a modest part of the 1999 Sports Celebrity Dinner. So an initial organizational meeting was convened in early February 1999. Input was sought from other successful programs, the Athlete of the Year program in the city of Cambridge, recognition programs in Kitchener and Waterloo, as well as the Kitchener Sports Association. And a couple of key basic decisions were made at that time. That was that this Athlete of the Year program will recognize athletes from the cities of Kitchener-Waterloo and the townships of Wellesley, Wilmot, and Woolwich. Cambridge already had its own program, so this was to the KW and the 3 townships. And that there will be one Athlete of the Year recipient annually. We had the good fortune at that time for Civitan Sports Waterloo region quickly came on board as sponsor of the annual award, a distinctive art piece created by Kitchener artisan Renato Forti. You can see it over my right shoulder here. And when I indicate distinctive, it truly is. Each of the annual recipients receive a smaller personalized version of this beautiful trophy. And this trophy is on display year-round on the concourse level of the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium, complete with photos of all the recipients from every year since inception. Getting back to Rogers TV, they've been supported as well since year number 1. In 2004, the program went in a little bit different direction, and it became an event of its own. And for the next 7 or 8 years, it raised funds in excess of $40,000 for Camp McGovern. That was a summer camp, and it was arm's length at that time of the local Big Brothers organization. In 2012, Kitchener Sports Association stepped up its role as a presenting patron. And for the next number of years, KSA provided funding to local minor sports groups on behalf of and in the name of each of the nominees for the Athlete of the Year program, and at that time the Award of Excellence honorees as well. Doesn't seem that long ago, but it was 2 years ago in 2018 when the 20th annual celebration event was staged at Bingham's. I think we had well over 300, almost 350 people in attendance, and it was a fitting tribute to 2 decades of excellence in recognizing our community's elite athletes. For this program, recognition is always 1 year in arrears, as Bob alluded to, recognizing the previous calendar year achievements of our local athletes. So the 2018 event, you may recall, recognized achievements from 2017. You may also recall that NBA basketball star Jamal Murray, who's been tearing up the courts for the Denver Nuggets, was a 2017 Athlete of the Year recipient at that very memorable event. Bob also pointed out that 2020 is an unusual year for a couple of reasons. The Athlete of the Year program took a 1-year hiatus in 2019, and as soon as the calendar rolled into 2020, COVID-19 changed the world and how we safely conduct our events and how we live our own lives. This program is successful primarily as a result of the dedicated volunteers and the hard work provided by 30 of them in our community. Their names will be listed on the screen at the conclusion of tonight's program. In addition to the main host organizing committee, there are 3 committees with specific tasks. Number 1, and the hardest working committee, is the nomination committee. And special commendation to the volunteers in that group that tackle the significant responsibility of determining athlete nominees for their tremendous performances during the calendar year 2018 and 2019. That committee met frequently and consistently year-round. What a big job. And in a few minutes, I'm going to let Nominations Chair Jean Howart share the Nominations Committee mandate and the process that they undertake. Another committee is the Selection Committee. So a tip of the hat to the 15 volunteers who collectively spent hundreds of hours to determine from the nominations report an appropriate recipient for each of 2018 and 2019. That recipient for each year is deemed to be representative of the accomplishment of all nominees. We also added this year a Communications Committee, and it's worked tenaciously to spread the word about the event that's being held this evening. So thank you very much to the Communications Committee. Now tonight, and we hope things go off without a hitch, special kudos to the efficient and detailed orientation team responsible for this year's 2020 virtual event. Thanks to producer Darren Stevenson of 519 Sports Online, Jean Howart, the chair of the Nominations Committee, Bob Stebbings, who is serving as our host and MC for the evening, Tim Forsyth for hours and hours of research and provision of the nominees' videos that I know you're going to enjoy later in the program. This event is coming from headquarters at KW Rehabilitation, the host venue for this program. And we'd like to thank staff members there, Ann Bilodeau, Jeremy Hetherington, Margie McLean, Liz Oldridge, and Sherilyn Sawatsky, who all pitched in to ensure tonight would be a success. Thanks to Dave McClellan, always willing and able to help for his narration of the videos and the bios. And last but not least, a tip of the hat to Dave Aguilar for editing the program that you'll see on Rogers 20. Now, enough about this year, enough about the past. And before we get to the main topic of the evening, I've got some good news for you. Good news for the community. Good news for the future. While we don't know what 2021 will look like, and 2020 has certainly been an unusual year for sports competitions, we will be prepared for next year's event. It's my pleasure to share that our Athlete of the Year program will have 2 new volunteers filling key roles in extending the 20-plus year legacy of Athlete of the Year program. So those 2 individuals are Ann Bilodeau on your right. Ann's been a member of the selection committee for the past 10 years, currently serves as the vice chair of the selection committee, and will serve as chair of the selection committee for 2021. And on your left, Mike Altman. Mike served as vice chair of the host organizing committee, and Mike will assume the reins and serve as chair of the main program and the main committee for 2021. So thanks to both Ann and Mike for stepping up. The future indeed looks bright for our community's Athlete of the Year program. And now, I will turn the podium over to Jean Howart, who for the past decade served not only as chair of the host committee, but did double duty with that big task as chair of the hardworking nominations committee. Jean?
Great. Thanks very much, John. Good evening. My name is Jean Howart, and I am the chair of the Athlete of the Year Nomination Committee. It has been my committee's honor to promote athletic excellence in our community for over 20 years. Each year, our nomination committee researches, reviews, and identifies athletes in our community who have achieved excellence in their sport. To my committee members, a sincere thank you for your dedication and support. Our committee identifies athletes who compete at grassroots through to master levels, who participate in local, provincial, national, and international events, and whose sports range from the conventional to the unique. Each year, we remain awestruck by the talent in our community, and 2018 and 2019 is no exception. From a large database of over 1,000 area athletes, we have selected 15 nominees whose achievements are exceptional and are cause for celebration. Squash, basketball, wheelchair basketball, athletics, golf, ice dance, horseshoe pitching, ice hockey, field hockey, ultimate, martial arts, lacrosse, and swimming are the sports and those athletes that we are celebrating tonight. This list of nominees is then presented to our selection committee for their review, consideration, and final, very difficult Athlete of the Year recipient choice. On behalf of the nomination committee, to each and all nominees, congratulations on your outstanding achievements and continued success. Thanks very much.
Well, thank you, Jean and John. And now we go on to the 2018 Athlete of the Year nominees. This year, we have 6 nominees representing 5 sports: squash, basketball, athletics, golf. Returning nominees and 3 new nominees. Here are the 2018 nominees.
Howard Armitage, squash. He is a member and club champion at Northfield Racket Club, where he hones his skills. An academic at the University of Waterloo with a passion for squash. Howard is ranked number 1 in Ontario Master Squash, 78 plus singles and 70 plus singles. He is also ranked first in Canada in 75 plus singles. He won the gold medal in the Ontario Master Squash Championship 75 plus category in Toronto. Howard is the World Master Squash Champion in the 75 plus category, another good performance.
Well, thank you to the committee for nominating me for this award. I understand there's a very impressive list of other candidates, so I'm quite honored to be part of the group that you are considering. I'll just do a very short story on the background to how I got to where I am. Like so many other nominees, the path, in this case for me, becoming the world champion in squash was not a direct line. It actually all started back in the early 1970s when my family and I got a business opportunity to move to Nairobi, Kenya. And as a Canadian, I was very used to be playing sports like football, hockey, and baseball, and found in Kenya that there was no equivalent sports. So one day at the club that I belonged to, someone heard me moaning about this and said, why don't you go over and have a look at the squash courts? Never having been in one, I did so. And it turned out that because Nairobi is a city more than a mile high, many high-performance athletes come to Nairobi for high-altitude training. One such individual was Jonah Barrington, who at that time was the World Open Squash Champion and had been for a number of years. Jonah would go through his regular routines and training in the morning, and in the afternoon, because he was a generous spirit, he just said to anybody who'd like to come and have a little hit on the court with me. I just happened to be there at the time he said that, and I said, well, I'd love to, but I don't know anything about this game. I haven't got a racket. And Jonah just said, come on, mate, I'll show you what to do. And for the next 5 or 10 minutes, Jonah Barrington showed me what the game of squash could be and was all about. I was absolutely hooked at that particular point. And for the next 3 years of the time we spent in Kenya, I was honing my skills and moving up the ladder in the local area. Subsequently, we moved to other locations such as Malaysia, United States, and other places where I was able to continually see new forms of squash and get my skills back up. And as the 2000s came along, I was beginning to win provincial championships, local championships. But the reality was, whenever I got to the big ones, which I'd say would be the Nationals or the Pan American Games or the World Championships, I was close, but I was always a runner-up. Now, all that changed a few years ago when Jamie Hickox joined the Northfield Racquet Club, which is now the Greystone Racquet Club, as the squash pro. And Jamie turned a lot of us around for the better. After training with Jamie for a period of time, I was going to the World Championships in Charlottesville, Virginia in 2018, and I was ready. But having said that, this was still one tough battle. There was a large number of very impressive candidates there, and I had to, as the series went on, I had to meet and beat the Australian champion, the South African champion, then the American champion, and then in the finals, the Canadian champion, who I had lost to 5 times in a row. In the final match, I was down 2-1, and despite that, Jamie's background voice was there saying, be patient, be strategic, stay focused, and somehow I won that 4th game in extra points, a real nail-biter, and then hung on to win the 5th and final game and become kind of the world champion. So I was quite thrilled to hear that title hanging around my head. It was very, very nice to do. So that's kind of my story. I've been blessed with good health, good bones, a supportive family, and an exceptional coach. My hope is that once the courts open up again, I'll be able to prevail in the next World Championships coming up in Poland. So my final word is a great thank you again to the organizing committee, to the individuals that have supported me, particularly Joe Allen, Ruth Ann McBride, Nancy Stazer, and of course my family along the way. And I guess I'll just say I'll look forward to the banquets coming up in November. Good luck to all the participants, but it's been a thrill to be nominated. Thanks very much. Good luck to all.
Murphy Bernatopski, basketball. He was an outstanding player at Sir John A. Macdonald Secondary School in Waterloo. He played NCAA Division I basketball at the University of Maine and Colgate University. Murphy's professional career took him to Czech Republic, Poland, Switzerland, Cyprus, and Vietnam. He played 37 games, averaging 30.2 minutes per game for Freiburg Olympic in Switzerland. The team won the championship and qualified for the Europe round robin. Murphy received the All Imports Team Award.
Hi, my name is Murphy Bernatopski, and I'm truly honored to be of athletes nominated for Athlete of the Year in KW region. You know, growing up there, we were always in the shadow of Toronto athletes, but, you know, I knew there were special organizations there that help kids along the way. You know, I started in for the Waterloo Wildhawks, and I moved on to the KW Vipers, and throughout my high school career playing at Sir John A. and being able to compete at an OFSA level, and some of the mentors that I've got along the way, so many great opportunities there. And, you know, I just got to thank KW Vipers and Wildhawks for, you know, for me in basketball at a young age. And, you know, those are the programs that are still going strong to this day, even 20 years in the future. And, you know, specifically Mike Quigley, who's been running MCA Sports and all the Vipers programs for years now. You know, he's been doing a great job, and, you know, he was my first, you know, real basketball at in grade 9, and then moving forward, and he really taught me the game. And, you know, as I became a pro and went NCAA, those some things that he taught me really stuck with me to this day. And I think you know, having him in KW is really important for the sport, and really shown even with guys like Jamal Murray coming through the program now. You know, the sky's the limit for kids from KW, and it really shows. 2018 was really an amazing year. I got to win 3 championships in Switzerland with a 44-2 overall record. We're in the record books there, so it's pretty amazing. For myself, it was the first time I got to win at a pro level, and it's definitely memories. It really helped my career, and I think that was a real turning point for my career moving forward. So I just want to thank everyone who's nominated me. All the other athletes. It's truly amazing to be in that group of people.
Ben Flanagan, athletics. He attended St. Mary's High School, where he was a 4-time MVP before going to the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. In his final race at Michigan, he used a huge kick to win the 10,000 meters at the NCAA Track and Field Championship. Ben became the first Canadian in 46 years to win the Falmouth Road Race in Cape Cod, Mass. He is also the Big Ten 10,000 meter champ, as well as the Pac-12 Cardinal Classic champ. He set a new Canadian record, 13.56, in winning the Canadian 5K road race in Toronto, Ontario.
My name is Ben Flanagan, and I am a track and field athlete from Kitchener, Ontario, and it is an absolute honor being nominated for the 2018 Athlete of the Year for Kitchener-Waterloo, Wellesley, Wilmot, and Woolwich. 2018 was a breakthrough year for me. It included my first NCAA title. I became the first Canadian to ever win the Falmouth Road Race, and I broke 4 minutes in the mile for the first time ever, which were all, massive achievements for me. But I couldn't have done any of this without the development and ongoing support from the KW community. So I'd like to personally thank my family, including my 2 older sisters that got me running competitively in the first place, my high school coaches, Christina Sullivan and Pete Grinbergs, and my college coach from the University of Michigan, Kevin Sullivan, who was also an inspiration to me throughout my entire career. Finally, I'd like to thank the Athlete of the Year Committee for recognizing the performances of us local athletes, and I want to wish all other remarkable athletes nominated the best of luck.
Tyler Miller, basketball. His wheelchair basketball career began in 2007 with the Twin City Spinners. Since then, he has competed successfully at the highest level nationally and internationally. Tyler was named an All-Star playing in the NWBA National Championships Division I. He won a bronze medal with Team Canada in Tokyo, Japan, in the World Challenge Cup. With Team Canada, he played in Sheffield, UK, and in the World Championships in Germany.
Hey, it's Tyler Miller. I'm a member of our Canadian men's national wheelchair basketball team. I have been lucky enough to represent Canada in Kitchener on the world stage for 10 years. As someone who was born in Kitchener, it humbles me greatly to be honored for such a prestigious award within our region, a region that has supported my growth and my successes as an athlete and as a person. My journey as an athlete started in this very city and has helped me reach the podium, which I'm truly grateful for. This includes 3 Paralympic qualifications, 2 World Championships, and 3 Para-Pan Am Games, picking up a Paralympic gold and many other medals along the way. I would never be where I am in sport without the support of my wife, Eva. She is always pushing me to be my best self. As well, my family has always been there for me through thick or thin, and I'm blessed for that. Lastly, I want to thank the Athlete of the Year Committee. Thank you for persevering through COVID and finding a way to make this happen. Your dedication and hard work has not been lost on any of us. You are what motivates and pushes us all onto the podium. I am truly honored to be nominated again, and congratulations to the other nominees. Thank you. God bless.
Andrew Poggi, Caitlin Weaver, ice dance. 2018 was their second trip to the Olympics, this time in Pyeongchang, Korea, with a 7th place finish. At the Canadian Figure Skating Championship in Vancouver, they were bronze winners. Andrew and Caitlin won another bronze at the ISU World Championship in Milan, Italy. Saving the best to the last, they were awarded the gold medal at the Autumn Classic International in Oakville, Ontario. Another successful year in ice dance.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Kitchener-Waterloo. Caitlin and Andrew here.
We hope that you are staying healthy and safe under these uncertain times, and we wish we could be there in person. But as you can see, unfortunately, we're not actually able to be in person together. We're currently competing on Battle of the Blades and trying to keep each other safe by staying within our own bubbles. Let me just start off by saying thank you and just sharing our utter gratitude that we have to be able to be nominated for this Athlete of the Year award yet again. The Kitchener Sports Association has always supported us, and we always felt that that cheer section, no matter where we were, overseas, at home, no matter what, the entire KW region has always helped us through our ups and downs throughout our career, and we couldn't be more grateful for that.
Thank you so much to the Kitchener Sports Association for supporting us since day one and up till now, and also to our family and friends who have always had our backs, that motivate us, support us, inspire us daily. And we were just two kids with a dream, and now can look back on these achievements and know that so much of it is due to our support from you. So thank you so much. Andrew, this award was from 2018, our season. What an incredible year that was.
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful to think back of those memories that we created that season, being able to be named two-time Olympians and represent Canada in Korea was definitely a special moment, and one that I know that I'll cherish forever from our career. Walking out there during those open ceremonies and having that Canadian flag at the back, and knowing that it all started from everything at the Kitchener-Waterloo Skating Club and the entire region supporting us and giving us hope from the very beginning.
I also remember right after the Olympics, we went to the World Championships in Milan, Italy. And there we won our third world medal, the bronze. And it was just one of the highlights of my entire life, let alone our career. And I'm looking back on that year and I think just feeling overwhelming pride for what we're able to do and overcome adversity and be Olympians and live the dream. And so much of that is due to our support system and our community, and really supporting us as people and as athletes.
Yeah, we couldn't be more grateful, more privileged to be able to call Kitchener-Waterloo our home, our support, and we feel you no matter where we are in the world. And we just want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you so much, everyone. We hope that you're staying safe, be healthy, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Garrett Rank. He is from Elmira, a graduate of the University of Waterloo, and an NHL referee. Two highlights of the 2018 year were qualifying for the U.S. Amateur Open in Pebble Beach, California, and also one of 19 amateurs who qualified for and played at the U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills, New York. He finished third in an international tournament in Lima, Peru. Closer to home, Garrett won the Ontario Men's Mid-Amateur in Burlington, Ontario. He also won the Investors Group Ontario Men's Amateur in St. Thomas. In Duncan, BC, Garrett finished third in the Canadian Men's Amateur Championship.
I was very happy to hear the return of the KW Athlete of the Year award. As an athlete, it's very special to be honored and recognized for all the hard work and dedication we put in throughout the season. The trophy also has an extensive history with some very special names on it. For me personally, 2018 was my best golf season yet. I was able to capture 2 Ontario championships at the amateur and mid-amateur level, and I finished as the low Canadian by 7 shots, ultimately grabbing the bronze medal at the Canadian Amateur Championships. I also had a dream come true. I qualified for my first PGA Tour major, qualifying for the 2018 US Open at Shinnecock Hills. These results ultimately allowed me to crack the top 25 in the world amateur golf ranking for the first time in my career. I also finished that season ranked second in the world for all amateur golfers over the age of 25. I just wanted to thank my swing instructor, Dave Smallwood, my swing consultant, James Skrypek, everybody at Depth Training, Dr. Kevin Fuss, my chiropractor, my athletic therapist, Laura Silva, and my sports psychologist, Dr. Richard Ennis, who ultimately provided me with opportunity where in 2019, I captured the Western Amateur Championship, arguably the most prestigious and hardest amateur golf tournament to win in the world. My name is now alongside Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus on the trophy. That's pretty cool. I just wanted to thank my family, my girlfriend, and my friends for all the sacrifices they've made for me to pursue my dreams and goals in the game of golf. I also will be returning to the ice this season when the NHL season returns for my 6th season as an NHL official. Congrats to everybody else who's been nominated for this award, and good luck in your athletic endeavors. Thank you.
Wow, what an amazing group of extraordinary athletes and representatives of our community. Well, it's time to announce the 2018 Athlete of the Year recipient, Chairman of the Athlete of the Year Committee, John Thompson. John?
Thanks very much, Bob. Yes, this is getting very exciting as we get close to announcing our 2018 recipient. Just before that, as a heads up for all of our nominees, please note that each nominee, each of you will receive, hand-delivered by Jean Howart or myself, an Athlete of the Year medallion and a couple copies, hard-printed copies of the 2020 Athlete of the Year program. And very importantly now, more specifically for the 2 recipients this year, the 2018 recipient and the 2019 recipient who will be named during this program, those recipients will be unleashed. They'll be unmuted by Zoom and expected to share some remarks to our audience on their feelings about being nominated as a recipient. As well, we hope that those 2 recipients will stay online at the conclusion of the program for a very brief question and answer period. So now as the drum rolls, on behalf of the sporting communities of Kitchener, Waterloo, Wellesley, Wilmot, and Woolwich, it's my pleasure to confirm the recipient of the 2018 Athlete of the Year program. The 2018 recipient is a local champion, a provincial champion, a national champion, and an international world champion in that very competitive sport of squash, Howart Armitage. It's my privilege virtually to present the 2018 Athlete of the Year Award to Howard. So Howard, as you prepare yourself for a few remarks, we'll just switch over now. Hopefully you're unmuted. And Howard, hopefully you didn't leave the room.
No.
Howard, are you there?
Am I there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. There, I can see you now. Is this a surprise for you?
I don't know what's happening.
Okay, you're live, Howard.
Okay, I can't see anybody or anything, but my family is here with me in the room. We're just drinking wine and having a never expecting this particular outcome. Thank you so much, John. And honestly, if the word humble isn't too heavily overused, I feel that right now. The people that we saw in this last few minutes are extraordinary individuals, and truly, they far surpass my athletic capabilities. So thank you so much for this, John, and a nominating committee. I'm thrilled by what you have done. I'm just, I have a little lack of words right now. Thanks so much. I appreciate everything you've done.
Okay, Howard, just before we lose you, Jean and I are going to try and pay you a visit I won the bet. I was pretty sure there'd be wine drank in your household tonight, so that's good. We'll see you in a few days. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Howard. A truly amazing year that you had, and an inspiring performance. And now we'll launch right into the 2019 Athlete of the Year nominees, which include 8 nominees representing 8 different sports: horseshoe pitching, ice hockey, athletics, field hockey, ultimate, martial arts, lacrosse, and swimming. 2019 includes 2 returning nominees and 6 new nominees. And here are the 2018 nominees.
Drew Becker, horseshoes pitching. 2019 was a busy year participating in 12 events. In Wellesley, Ontario, he won the Ontario Provincial Doubles. He was first again in the Wayne Becker Memorial, also in Wellesley. Drew won the Ontario Provincial Single in Brighton, Ontario. He was second at both the Khaki Club March and the Elmer Hull Ringer Classic. Drew won the Canadian Championship in Brampton, Ontario in August. He is ranked number 1 in Canada and has been for several years.
Hey, it's Drew Becker, horseshoe player from Kitchener, Ontario. Ranked number 1 in Canada. Had quite the year in 2019, winning my first ever Canadian National Championships. Never won one before, so it was kind of surreal to bring a title home to Kitchener, where there's a lot of great past horseshoe players that are from the area. Obviously a big role model for a lot of people growing up here in our sport, even though it's not a very well-known sport. The name Elmer Hull was a multi-world champion from Wellesley, Ontario, so it's a big role model coming from this area and a really big influencer of the sport. I've had, a lot of different people in my life kind of influence what came to be last year. The biggest drive for me was my grandfather growing up. Without him, I don't think I would have really continued playing. He passed away 3 years ago, so it felt nice to kind of win that title in honor of him. He was the main person that drove me to play horseshoes. So took me to tournaments growing up, kept pushing me to continue playing. So yeah, it was quite the ride. Looking forward to building on that in the future, and got to give a big shout out to other members of my family, my mom, my stepdad, Tammy, Ron, continuing to support me for forever. Friends and family, competitors, a lot of role models, just people that you play against year in and year out that push you to get better and better. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully 2021 is a little better with COVID out of the way, and I'm going to push for another championship and go from there. Not really one to talk about myself much, so I guess that's really all I got.
Alec Elliott, swimming. At the Canadian Swimming Trials in Toronto, he collected gold in the 100-meter butterfly, 100-meter freestyle, 400-meter freestyle, and a 200-meter individual medley. In total, he earned 5 multi-class medals, the 5th being a silver medal in the 50-meter freestyle. As a member of Team Canada, he competed at the World Para Championships. His highlight was winning the bronze medal at the World Para Swimming Championship in the S10 400-meter freestyle, his first career medal at the Worlds.
Hi, this is Alec Elliott up here in Quebec City. I'm nominated for Kitchener Athlete of the Year for the year of 2019. It's an extreme honor because I am so far away. It's lovely to see that I have the support of my hometown behind me. And as always, I'm incredibly honored. And I find it incredibly cool to be nominated for this award. 2019 was a huge year for me. I moved my training from Waterloo, where I had trained for my entire career, up here to Quebec City to train with a new team, new coaches, new everything. It was an awesome year. I had many successes. I swam multiple best times throughout the year, and it ultimately ended in World Champs in 2019, where I was able to go 2 amazing best times, and I was able to finish 3rd in the 400 freestyle and 4th in the 200 IM, representing Team Canada. I have so many people to thank. I have 3 coaches up here in Quebec City who have been incredibly supportive and helped me train throughout the past 2 years, and they've been absolutely wonderful to me and helped me through a great deal. And those are Michel Berube, Nick Perron, and Marc-André. I also have to thank the family that I'm currently living with, Danny and Danielle Terbide. They took me in, and they've been incredibly wonderful in helping me just be able to focus on training for the upcoming Tokyo Paralympics. I also have to thank my family at home, who also support me incredibly, and I miss them a whole lot being so far away. And I have 2 incredible training partners, Nicolas Guy Turbide and Orly Rivard, who I have to thank. And I wish all the other athletes the best of luck winning this award. Thanks.
Lauren Gable, ice hockey. After graduating from St. Mary's High School, she attended Clarkson University. Through 38 games in her senior year, she had 40 goals and 29 assists. First team All-American and AC Player of the Year for the 2nd consecutive year. Lauren received the 2019 Patty Kazmaier Award, top player of the NCAA Division I Women's Ice Hockey. She received a bronze medal in the NCAA Frozen Four National Championship. As a member of Team Canada, she played in several tournaments, including the World Championship in Espoo, Finland.
Hello everyone, it's Lauren Gable. I am from Kitchener, Ontario, and I graduated from Clarkson University in Potsdam, New York in 2019. I won the prestigious Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award for the best hockey player in NCAA Division I Women's Hockey, along with other successes at Clarkson University. I would like to thank my parents, my coaching staff, my teammates, my support staff for helping me get to where I am today and for helping me along with the awards that I have won and the successes I have had. I would also like to thank my grandpa for helping me get to where I am today as well. He has given me a lot of pointers on how to be a well-rounded athlete. I am completely honored to be a nominee for the 2019 Athlete of the Year award. I leave you with one last message. Continue to challenge yourself and chase your dreams. Thank you.
Foster Malik, athletics. While at St. Mary's, he was his cross-country team's MVP all 4 years. In his senior year, he won the OFSA gold medals in both the 1,500 meters and 4,000 meters. At Boston College, he participated in events such as Princeton Invitational, NCAA Northeast Regional, and the Coast to Coast Battle of Beantown. Foster won the prestigious 1-mile race at the Penn Relays in Philadelphia. He qualified for the Canadian Pan Am squad by clocking 3.4838 at the Johnny Loring Classic in Windsor. As a member of Team Canada, he won gold in the 1,500 meter at the Can-Am Under-20 Championship in San Jose, Costa Rica, and established a new personal record.
Hi, my name's Foster Malik, and I'm honored to be a nominee for the 2019 Kitchener-Waterloo Athlete of the Year. The 2019 season was definitely a big breakout year for me. It started out with a double OFSA gold in the 1,500 and 3,000 meters. And then it also followed that up with the gold medal at the Penn Relays Championships in Philadelphia. and I capped off my season with a gold at the Pan Am Juniors in Costa Rica and a gold at Nationals. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my coach, Tom Fitzgerald of Laurel Creek Track and Field, for all he's done for me throughout the past few years. He really helped guide me in the right direction and helped push me to fulfill all my goals. Second of all, I'd like to thank my high school coach at St. Mary's, Christina Sullivan, who also has kind of been through kind of the D1 path like I'm going through, and she's given me a lot of pointers and advice to help make me the best runner I can be. And I'd also like to thank my family, my mom, Jane, and my dad, Chris. They've always been my number one supporters. And through my highs and lows, they've always been there for me. And lastly, I'd like to give a big thanks to the whole committee for putting this together through these difficult times, and to the whole Kitchener-Waterloo community who's always been there for us athletes.
Alyssa Mason, Ultimate. Completing her time with the University of Waterloo, she earned a bronze medal at the Canadian University Ultimate Championship. She joined the Sixers, a club team from Toronto, the strongest team in Canada. The Triple Crown Tour for Sixers resulted in gold at the Canadian Championship, gold at the USA Northeast Regional in Boston, and silver at the USA National Championship in San Diego, California. Team Canada secured a bronze at the U-24 Worlds in Heidelberg, Germany. Playing in all 10 games, Alyssa scored 5 goals and added 4 assists. She is a member of the women's national team for the 2020 World Championship. Samantha McCrory, field hockey. She earned her first international cap and goal in the FIH Series Open in Mexico. Samantha then competed with the under-21 Canadian team in a 6-match test series against Chile. She also participated in the Six Nations tournament in Belgium. While training with both the under-21 and senior Canadian national teams, she played in a China tour. In August, she joined the top Division I Belgium club team, Royal Victoria Hockey Club. Competition against Belgium, Germany, China, and Scotland added to Sam's international cap count.
Hi, I'm Sam McCoy, and I am a member of both the U21 and Senior Women's National Field Hockey teams. I am honored to be nominated for the 2019 Athlete of the Year, along with so many incredible athletes. I started 2019 off with a tour to China, where I competed in 4 international matches with the U21 national team and 2 matches with the senior women's national team, both against China. From there, I went to Belgium, where I competed with Royal Victory Hockey Club, who competes in the top women's division in Belgium. And I was also given the opportunity to both train and compete with the senior women's national team. I was honored to be with them during their preparation for the Olympic qualifier, which happened last November. I am also part of the indoor national field hockey team, and I obtained my first cap last year in a tour to Belarus, where we competed against both Belarus and Ukraine. I am currently attending the University of Toronto, where I am pursuing a degree in kinesiology, and am also competing with their varsity field hockey team. Finally, I would just like to say a special thank you to all my teammates and coaches along the way, and to my parents for their continued support.
Mike Poulin, lacrosse. An all-star lacrosse goalie from Kitchener, whose outstanding career spans 13 years in the National Lacrosse League. He led the Peterborough Lakers to the gold medal in the Senior A Club National Championship, winning the Mann Cup for the 2nd straight year. He was Most Valuable Player. Playing with the Georgia Swarm, they won the NLL Championship. Poulin has since won the Teammate of the Year award from the National Lacrosse League. He helped Canada win the gold medal in World Indoor Lacrosse Championship in Langley, BC.
an incredible honor to be nominated for the Athlete of the Year for the city of Kitchener. I'm very proud to be from Kitchener. It's a great city, and the quality of athletes that have come through here is just incredible. When you think of the past winners, Jamal Murray, Mark Scheifele, Sarah Pavin, and the list goes on, it'd be a real honor to join that. So for even to be nominated, it is really something special. The year that, the lacrosse season that I had, winning the Canadian National Championship with the Peterborough Lakers, and then having the incredible honor of representing Canada and going on to win the International World Championships, it was a dream come true, especially being able to represent Canada. And then to play with such great players. It is a team sport, so to contribute, it really was a highlight of my entire career. So I'm honored to have represented Canada and to be recognized for this honor. But I couldn't have done it without my family, especially my wife and 3 kids, for the time that it spent. I was in Vancouver for almost a month, away from my family. And, there's incredible sacrifices by them to allow me to go and to support me in doing that. But as well, I can't forget about the coaches and teammates on both teams that helped me achieve those goals. So a lot of people to say thank you to in a short video, but especially my family and the teammates. Thank you.
Pat Pitlick, martial arts. Fitness and the aspect of fighting drew Pat to the sport initially. While living in Thailand, he trained more seriously. He returned to Alberta for work, where he discovered mixed martial arts and was hooked. With numerous bruises and fractures, he won the Unified Mixed National Arts welterweight belt in Enoch, Alberta. Pat participated in the MMA Unified in March. He earned a draw in a boxing match in September. Competing in provincial and national tournaments, he compiled an amateur kickboxing record of 27 wins and 7 losses with 2 no contests.
Hi, my name is Pat Pitlick. Recently I was nominated for Athlete of the Year. I just wanted to say thank you for the nomination. My sport's a little bit different than hockey or basketball or track. I'm into combat sports. And since I was a young kid, 16, 17, I've been fighting all over North America and in Asia. I started off as a kickboxer, and when I was 18, I took off to Southeast Asia. I fought in Southeast Asia as a professional. A little bit older, I got into mixed martial arts, and in 2018, I won the Unified Welterweight title in Edmonton, Alberta. I suffered an injury after that fight, and my last fight was as a pro boxer, just to try it out. And this year I lost my original coach. He died of a heart attack. I just want to dedicate the nomination to him. Steve Witter out of TKO Fighting Arts. Thank you for everything you ever did for me.
The accomplishments of these local athletes never cease to amaze me. And this group of 2019 nominees is no exception. It's time. Once again, I invite the chair of the Athlete of the Year Committee, John Thompson, to the podium to announce the 2019 Athlete of the Year. John?
Thanks again, Bob. I echo your sentiments. What a tremendous roster of nominees for the Athlete of the Year for 2019. So I do have the envelope here from the Nominations Committee. And the Athlete of the Year for 2019, on behalf of the sporting communities of Kitchener, Waterloo, Wellesley, Wilmot, and Woolwich, it's my pleasure to confirm the recipient of the 2019 Athlete of the Year program. This recipient is a national champion and a member of a team winning a gold medal at the World Championship, all the while playing goaltending for the Georgia Swarm of the National Lacrosse League, Mike Poulin. My pleasure virtually to present the 2019 Athlete of the Year program. If Mike is here, We may not have connection with Mike.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, Mike, good. Okay, did you take a break, Mike?
No.
Let's see if we can get you visually as well. Mike, we might only have you on audio, so congratulations. What are your thoughts on being named the 2019? Oh, there we got you up top.
Sorry about that.
Get you on the big screen here. There we go. Congratulations, Mike. And who's with you there? Who's your partner?
Thank you very much. This is my son Leo.
Leo.
Hey, Leo.
I'm completely shocked. Thank you so much. Wow, I don't know what to say. I was not prepared for this because it was such an incredible group of nominees. It truly was just special to be a part of that. I just want to say thank you to Kitchener Sports Association and the Athlete of the Year Committee, all the sponsors and volunteers who put this on. I know 2020 has been a trying year, but for the athletes, it means a lot. So congratulations to the fellow nominees. Incredible years listening to everyone's stories. It really was a special year and a special group to be a part of. But I'll quickly, I just want to thank my family. I mentioned my wife and my 3 sons. They allowed me to travel for lacrosse. They supported me with all my training and all the competitions. And my mom and dad, they got me started. They've always been there. My mom, she texts me already saying congratulations. My phone's beside me. So I know she's watching. I know my parents are both watching and excited for me. And just lastly, again, I'm so proud to be from Kitchener. The KW Braves Association is so special to me and helped me get to where I am. And I had some amazing coaches growing up, and I want to just quickly name 2. They're not with us anymore. Butch Johnson, Ian McGough. They were just so instrumental in my lacrosse career and the person I am today that I wish they could be here to celebrate this with me. But thank you very much.
Mike, before you leave, we're going to be delivering this to your house. Hopefully, are you in Kitchener now for the next few days?
I am quarantined and staying here all the time.
You're quarantined. Well, maybe. All right, see you next year. Anyways, I think we're going to Howard's for some wine, so we'll leave it to you to be a good host when we do come around, okay?
You got it.
All right, thanks very much. And a reminder, Mike and Howard, please stay on for a few minutes afterwards for some questions and answers, okay? Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Well, congratulations, Mike. What an amazing year for you. Please stay on the line following this presentation for the media to have an opportunity to ask some questions. And once again, congratulations, Howard, our 2018 Athlete of the Year recipient. And thank you and congratulations to all the worthy nominees for both 2018 and 2019. Truly very, very inspirational. That's why we do this. Each and every one of you are a source of pride and admiration for your achievements in your chosen sports and representatives of the communities of Kitchener-Waterloo, Wellesley, Wilmot, and Woolwich. A special thank you to Darren Stevenson of 519 Sports Online for his leadership and guidance as we transition from a live event to this virtual celebration. Also a big thank you for the folks at Rogers TV for their expert assistance to produce the video content for tonight's event. This event will be broadcast on Rogers TV sometime in the near future. And thank you to KW Habilitation for allowing us to use these facilities and especially for the technical support to manage this Zoom conference. A copy of this Zoom meeting will be available on the Athlete of the Year website in the very near future. Finally, thank you for all of you at home. I understand that there were well over 75 people helping us celebrate the achievements of these athletes. And so thank you very much for your attendance. Everybody stay safe and we'll see you in 2021.
Howard and Mike, you still with us? Okay. Howard and Mike, are you there?
I'm still here.
Okay, that's good. You know, I checked with Vegas, Mike. You were not a long shot for this one. They had the odds on both you guys, even money to win. So congratulations. What were your impressions of the event tonight? This is obviously a little different this year, going virtual, and we really appreciate all the nominees, and especially you guys for the wonderful job you did in sharing your thoughts, and then after you were named as recipients. What did you think of the program, Howard?
Let me unmute. Sorry, John. My impressions were that because we had quite a group of people here tonight just gathered around the screen, it was a most enjoyable evening for us. I had sent out the link to a family literally all around the world who joined in as well, never for a second expecting the outcome that took place, but just wanted to be part of the proceedings, partly because there is a pride in being associated with Waterloo. Waterloo does things nicely, and all my family, even though they're far and away, they think about this as home. So they wanted to be part of it, and I think you guys did a very nice job, John, of putting it together. So thank you again.
Okay, yeah, we had a strong organizational team, technically for sure, with Darren and the crew here at KW Rehabilitation Services. So I don't know, you won an award tonight. I'm not sure we're in line for an Emmy or an Oscar, but we gave it our first shot here. Mike, what were your thoughts?
I had an interesting perspective. I was nominated for 2017, and I was at the 20-year anniversary dinner at Binghamton's, which was quite the spectacle. It was really well put on. So the no glitches here, perfectly executed online virtual event, that's not easy. So it doesn't surprise me when, you know, an organization like the Athlete of the Year and Kitchener Sports Association put it on, that it went so well. It was different, but I think every one of us is aware that difference can happen in 2020. And same, you know, sentiment as Howard. I was really just watching to see, you know, who won, and I never expected it to be me. But I am just proud to be from here and love supporting local athletes. So it's shocking, but I'm truly honored.
Thanks very much. Don't leave yet. I see that Mike Farwell's online here, and maybe we can unmute Mike. Is that a possibility? I think it is. Mike, I think you had a couple of ideas here. Maybe you'd like to interview these guys sometime on that. What's the name of that famous thing? The Mike Farwell Show. Mike, are you here? We're trying to get Mike.
Well, John, I wonder, are you still involved with the Greystone or Northfield Club, or have you left?
Could you repeat that, please, Howard?
I wondered if you are still involved with Greystone or Northfield Club, or have you left and gone somewhere else?
I limp around the courts at Good Life these days, okay? And actually haven't played since March, but thanks, yeah. Thanks. Coming from you, even asking about whether I play squash is quite a compliment, so thank you. We got Mike?
Yeah, Mark Bryson's there.
Oh, and Mark? We got Mark Bryson too?
Yep.
Any questions? You're online here with our 18 to 19 recipients, Howard Armitage and Mike Poole, Mark Bryson from...
Yeah, I typed a question in, actually. Both winners appeared to be genuinely surprised to hear their names called. As they looked down the list of nominees, who you know, which one impressed them most, and who did they expect to win?
We'll go to Howard first. Who did you think was the odds-on favorite other than yourself, Howard?
Well, okay, I can truly, honestly say that I sent the link out to my family and friends saying, if you have nothing else to do tonight, there is a 0 probability that I will win this. Look for the 2 figure skaters from Canada. They're the ones that I think are going to be the leading of the pack. But then as I looked at the other ones as well, John, I mean, anybody could qualify for being in the winner's circle on that. But my feeling was that it was going to be Weaver and Poge. in my year.
Yeah, and Weaver and Pogier have been two-time recipients in the past when they've had stellar years, and they were outdistanced by you this year, Howard. So again, congratulations. Mike, do you want to respond to Mark Bryson's question, please?
Yeah, thanks, Mark. I had messaged jokingly with Darren Stevenson earlier that my money's on Lauren Gable. Incredible year. I mean, for her to win basically the Heisman of NCAA Division I women's hockey is a great honor. Alec Elliott as well was swimming. Watching his video, he had quite the year. I like to think that they've got many years ahead of them to win this award. So although I wasn't expecting it, I'm happy to have won.
Thanks for that.
Thanks. Mark's still there, or Mike? Mike's online. Mike Farwell. Okay, Mike, we're probably going to contact you in the next day or two. You might want to have part of the Mike Farwell show with these two great athletes who have so proudly represented our community. There are no other questions. We're going to sign this off, and Gina and I look forward to visiting both of you within the next few. How long are you isolated, Mike?
Oh no, sorry, I'm not actually isolated. I haven't really left Kitchener-Waterloo since March when the National Lacrosse League was shut down. So I'm not isolated, but I'm just staying home.
I kind of visualize maybe we'd leave it on your front porch, ring the bell, and run away. So.
No, we don't have to worry about that. We can sit out back around the fire, and I'll gladly accept it with a bottle of wine as well, Howard.
Okay, that's great. Mike and Howard, congratulations once again.
Just before signing off, let me just add one other comment. You guys, I just want to give you a kudo for your courage. You chose a septuagenarian. I mean, I'm pushing 78 years old here now, and you chose me. That's very unusual for any athletic nominating committee. Thank you again for your courage, not necessarily your insight, because I still think there were better athletes, but I do admire what you've done.
Howard, you remind me of the Energizer Bunny. You just keep going and going and going. So well done. Howard, Mike, thanks again for joining us. Congratulations, and we'll see you in a few days.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it. That's all, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in.